And here's the way the shootout went. Remember? Friday night, December 21st, 1990, the three-way tie for the league's top spot was broken. Salisbury remained unbeaten at 3-0 with a 63-56 win over Wilson. But at the same time, Southern Lehigh was racking up its fourth straight league win and knocking off Saucon from the ranks of the unbeaten by a 69-66 score. The next big shootout, Friday night, January 4th, 1991. Saucon outgunned Salisbury 74-69 to knock the Falcons from the ranks of the unbeaten. And now there was only one unbeaten team in the league with a 5-0 record. You're right, Southern Lehigh. And now first half play is rolling along. Southern Lehigh beat Nazareth 56-41 to up its league record to 6-0. Saucon Valley was 5-1 and Salisbury 4-1. Salisbury had a snow makeup game with Nazareth on Saturday night, January 12th, and edged the Blue Eagles 50-49 to up their league record to 5-1. Who will forget, and I'll bet you have, Tuesday, January 15th, 1991. Yes, it was D-Day in Saudi Arabia. And here at home, we had the battle on the hardboards. Saucon Valley beat Wilson to up its record to 7-1. Salisbury with Bangor now carried a 6-1 league record, and Southern Lehigh was tuning up and staying in sharp with a 51-43 non-league victory over Notre Dame. The Spartans were still 7-0 in the league, and now it was showdown time. Thursday, January 17, 1991, another make-up snow game. The shootout at the Falcons bandbox. When it was all over, Eon Wrestler scored 22 points to lead Salisbury to a 66-52 win over the previously unbeaten Spartans, and we had a three-way tie for the top spot in the first half league standings. The rest is history. In the opening round, Southern Lehigh eliminated Saucon Valley, defeating the Panthers 56-51. And then in the championship game for the first half league title, Monday night, January 22nd, 1991, Salisbury got 22 points from Antoine Hubbard and drew to a thrilling 66-62 win over Southern Lehigh and the first half title. Salisbury, there's the referees, Ross Strobel on the left and George Krell on the right. Krell, by the way, many years ago, when Pinky Purnell was the head coach up at Tamaqua High School, and Tamaqua was a member of the East Penn League. George Krell was the East Penn leading scorer. Getting back to Salisbury, breezed through second half play 8-0. Saucon was 6-2, and the Spartans fell to 3-5. And that's your little trip down memory lane. Now let's take a look at how the teams stand tonight. Mike?
Well, I think we're going to see more of that, the kind of action we saw last year. Certainly that was some exciting basketball as you look at Bob Schaefer in his fourth season, and he's going to have to come up with some things here tonight to at least maybe to try and slow down Antoine Hubbard a little bit. If we can get a shot, guys, of the banking boards. John, you remember 3 years ago we were here, and they had started renovations of this gym. Well, I think the renovations are just about complete, and those are new banking boards which are in here for the first time this year. You'll recall they had those moon banking boards.
Yeah.
Now, these banking boards are the new styles. You'll notice they're a little bit more rectangular in shape, where the older ones or the middle ones were kind of square. You'll see these are a little longer, yet a little bit flatter, and they certainly look real nice, and I'm sure Antoine Hubbard's got his eye on those as we're getting set and ready here to go here tonight.
All right, tonight, the Spartans 5-2 in the league, 10-3 overall. Billy Paulick's Falcons from Salisbury High School in their navy and white uniform, 6-1 in the league, and 11-3 overall. Salisbury lost 69-61 to West Hazelton. They lost the league game 35-33 to Wilson, and talking about upsets, that had to be one. And to Quakertown 51-47. Let's look at the starting lineup for the respective teams. Aha! We have a comedian.
I got his name.
Coached by Bill Paulick. Number 10, a 5'10 senior.
Number 10, Jason Laky, a 5'10 senior. Number 11, Jamie Ebersol, a 5'8 senior. Number 14, Eon Wrestler, 6'4 senior. 13 is Mike Grove, a 6'4 junior, and rounding out the starting five. The sensational Antoine Hubbard, a 5'11 junior, wears number 23. Bill Paulick in his Bill Paulick in his 29th year as head coach of Salisbury, and the only coach in the history of basketball at Salisbury. Hey, listen to this. 34. Chris Taylor, 6'1 senior. Number 52, Rob Hamilton, a 6'5 senior. Boy, he's big. 20 is Brian McKee. It's only a sophomore, 6'2. 32 is 6'4 sophomore Jim Coyle. Rounding out the starting five for the Spartans in their blue and white, number 40, Dan Welker, another sophomore who stands at 6'5. Bob Schaefer in his fourth year, Kurt Zellner, his assistant, along with Bill Coyle. John Squarcia is the principal here at Southern Lehigh, and Don Harricle, one of the superfine athletic directors in the Colonial League. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Jam-packed Southern Lehigh High School gym, seating capacity of around 1,200. Billy Paulick, as I mentioned, in his 29th year as head coach. Frank Yalinko, his assistant. Frank has been here almost as long, and the JV coach is Jamie Shook. Dr. F. Laird Evans, the superintendent of schools. Mario D'Angelo, the principal. Billy Paulick serves dual roles as head coach and athletic director. We're ready to go. Rod Strover, striped shirt. Ball up in the air. Hubbard controls for the Falcons. Oh, he goes for three, and he has it. Oh.
That's a three-pointer by Antoine Hubbard.
3-0.
The great ones will rise to the occasion in big games. Hubbard knows he needs a big one here tonight, and he came out, and he's going to get his team off to a quick start.
Almost a turnover. And it is a turnover. Salisbury will have an ill-controlled backcourt, and Jamie Eversole will inbounds for the Falcons. He gets it in to Jason Laky. Laky, a 5'10 senior on the Salisbury Ball Club. 4 seniors, 8 juniors, and 1 sophomore. For Southern Lehigh, 4 seniors, 3 juniors, and 6 sophomores. Hubbard, Antoine outside the key again. For 3, up high, no. This time the front of the iron. Ball batted around, taken out of the air by Dan Welker of Southern Lehigh, and the Spartans are on a move.
And Southern Lehigh is straight man-for-man defensively. Brian McKee, number 20, a 6'3 sophomore, has drawn the early assignment on Hubbard.
Taylor pops it up there. First field goal, and we have a 3-2 ball game. Hubbard up front. Gets it over to Eversole. Jamie back to Lakey. On the left-hand side, a wrestler. Hubbard in the corner, comes out of the corner. He's in three-point range. Fakes left, goes right inside the paint. Pops it up and in. Hubbard 5 and Southern Lehigh 2.
Heck of a move by Antoine there as he gave a little head and shoulder fake. That's where defensively the Spartans need to recognize that and slide somebody over and help defensively.
There's a three-pointer by Jim Coyle. And we're tied at 5. Hubbard up for a shot, not good. Follow-up shot by the Falcons, not good. Knocked down out of bounds, and a whistle and a foul. Personal foul will be on Ian Ressler, first in the ball game. It's against Salisbury. None shooting.
Ian Ressler is first, team first.
Up over the center court line, Brian McKee. Baseline shot up high. Not good. Followed up by Dan Welker. And Southern Lehigh takes its first lead of the ball game, 7-5.
Well, and that's a weakness for Salisbury. You see number 10, Jason Laky, plays the middle of that 2-on-2. He has the ball here now offensively, number 10, but he's going to give up some 6-7 inches inside. They really need to do a nice job of team boxing out.
Oh, Ressler. Ian went up on a double fake pump, and he tied up the ball game at 7. Coyle gets it over to Taylor.
Salisbury showing full court press there, just poking pressure as they just let Southern Lehigh just give them a little bit of pressure there. They didn't really put it all on in that effort.
Ball knocked down out of bounds by the Spartans, and Salisbury will have it back court. We're tied at 7, 5:02 remaining in the first quarter. Hubbard up front for Salisbury. Fakes right, goes left, outside of the three-point perimeter. Goes into it now. Cross key pass. The shot is up off the glass by Jamie Eversole. 9-7, Salisbury.
Great recognition by Hubbard. You see Southern Lehigh got locked in on him defensively, and it left the streaking Eversole all alone on the weak side.
Brian McKee to Welker. Welker for 3, up high. Bullseye! Welker now 2 field goals. Do we have something to do for that kid on that PA system? 10-9, Southern Lehigh leading.
Welker leads the team in three-pointers with 18 on the year. Now that gives him 19. Coyle, who also has 1 here tonight, has 10 on the year.
Hubbard was fouled. It looks like he got a little taller from last year. Do you think?
Yes, it does look like that, and he's such a fine athlete. Let's watch him here. A lot of shaking and baking. He'll leave you laying in the dust, and you can see another quick move that lost the defender.
Hubbard hits his first. He now has 6 points, and we're tied at 10. He can break the tie, and he does.
One of the things about Hubbard, as you look at Bob Schaefer, obviously concerned at the start that Hubbard has gotten. I mean, he's off to one of them 40, 50-point nights the way he's shooting. Hubbard is so comfortable on the basketball court. You know, a lot of guys are tight in a game like this, but he's not. He's relaxed out there, and that makes a big difference in your opening quarter.
You know, Mike, somebody sitting at home heard you say that, 40, 50 points. They're saying, what's that guy talking about? They don't realize that Hubbard did have a 50-point game this year. And there he goes at 2-on-2. Showtime! Goes up and it's blocked. A great defensive play. Good pass to Taylor, lost it, and the Falcons come up with a long pass. Hubbard has it. Gets it underneath. Ressler, nobody is fouled.
Another good look by Antoine Hubbard. Again, you know, the defense is really eyeing this guy, and you have to do that, but you must be careful that you do not get beat by the other 4 people. Good recognition by Hubbard.
Foul against Coyle on the free throw line. Here's Ressler, and Ian picks up his 3rd point, and he'll stay on the line for another. 12-10, Salisbury.
Ressler is the team's top rebounder. He needs a good performance in that department here tonight. Also averages 8 points a game.
We did Salisbury a couple times last year, and I don't remember, but one game he had a great ball game.
Yes, he did.
To turn it around. There's a turnover. Eversole to Hubbard. Antoine has to save it. Comes back into play. Lost the handle and lost the ball. Southern Lehigh will have it.
little careless there. Salisbury, their second turnover. Southern Lehigh has committed 3.
Good move, power move toward the bucket, but there's a whistle and traveling. Double dribble call on Dan Welker, and they turn it over. Salisbury leading 12-10. 2:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Jam-packed Southern Lehigh High School. Don't forget, bank off the glass. Not good. Wrestler. Oh, a good shot. Rejected by Dan Welker. Ball out of bounds, and the Falcons will have it, and Laky will inbounds for Salisbury. He does. Gets it in ever so. Jamie. Back to Laky. Wrestler. Boy, it hardly seems like we're halfway through league play in Colonial League action.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, and the East Penn Conference next week starts their second.
Three-pointer by Jason Laky. 14-10. Look out. Almost a steal, but there goes Coyle. Up and in. Jim Coyle now has 5 points. Eversole for 3, not good. Rebounded by Welker. Welker gets it over to Brian McKee, and here comes the 6'2 sophomore up over the timeline. 1:55 remaining in the first quarter. 15-12 Salisbury, the visiting Falcons. If Salisbury wins this ball game tonight, Nazareth wins its ball game against Caddy tonight, we'll have a first half playoff, a two-way tie. The game would be played right here at Southern Lehigh Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Field goal is good, and there's a foul. And this one will be against.
Well, they're calling that the field good, no good.
No good.
No shot there.
Antoine Hubbard.
Foul against Hubbard, his first.
Team second.
Oh, good rebound by Jim Coyle. Coyle gets it out of traffic, gets it over to Welker. Welker to Taylor. McKee up, not good. Whistle, foul underneath the bucket, called from left field by George Krell. Somebody caught pushing off. And it will be against Southern Lehigh.
Foul is on number 32.
Against Jim Coyle, that's his second.
His third.
Pace of the game
His second.
Pace of the game had quickened there for a second. Southern Lehigh trying to slow it down there, and I'm not. You know, one of the things when you try and slow things down, if that's within your game plan, that's fine. But Southern Lehigh, as we have known them, has always had great athletes, like to press and like to run a little bit themselves. That might be a difficult task for them here tonight.
Oh boy, another three-pointer by Jason Laky. That's his second. 18-12 Salisbury. You know, if Salisbury wins a couple more sporting events here, they won't have to paint the one wall. They got enough banners over there to cover the one whole side.
Oh, it is amazing. They do have a ton of them over there.
I'll tell you.
Very impressive. They did a real nice job with this, Jim. It's really nice.
Rob Hamilton, a fadeaway, not good. Hubbard with the rebound. Hubbard's going to have to check off, and he does. Lets it go for three. Not good. Rebounded by Welker. Welker of the Spartans gets it over to Taylor. Taylor, 18 feet out and in. That's for two.
And a big turnaround there. I think Coach Pollock wanted Salisbury to maybe go for the last shot. We're down to 12 seconds. Hubbard missed the tray, and then Southern Lehigh came back and converted on a deuce.
Oh, they have that fancy split-second clock here. 3.5 seconds. Shot up and in, and that was good by Hubbard. Hubbard's third field goal, and that's the end of the first quarter. It is Salisbury 20, Southern Lehigh 14. We'll be right back.
C.J. Wagner. Trophies, plaques, and bowling supplies.
Looking for a good used car with low mileage? How about a good new car with nice mileage from Lehigh Valley Hyundai? New cars as low as $6,000, and your Hyundai's warranted for 3 years or 36,000 miles. And here's some more good news. For 2 years, you don't pay a dime for regularly scheduled maintenance on the all-new Elantra or Sonata. See salesperson for details. Over 400 cars and trucks at one location, at prices you can afford. Lehigh Valley Hyundai, Lehigh Street Auto Mile, a Vinart dealership.
The game's the same. Our people make the difference. Allentown Rose Bowl, where the better people bowl. We are the Valley's most advanced full-service bowling fun center with color AS90 automatic scoring system. Check this out. Monday to Thursday, 3 to 6. 1 hour time bowling, $6. Up to 5 people per lane. Fridays, noon to 6. Or rental lane at Allentown Rose Bowl. Friday night, 11:30 to 2:30. Up to 5 people for $15. Sundays, 9 a.m. to noon, and then 9 p.m. to midnight. Rent 4 times, and the 5th one's on us at Allentown Rose Bowl.
Serving northeastern Pennsylvania with award-winning community programming. This is Service Electric Cable TV Super 2.
At the end of the first quarter, Salisbury 20, Southern Lehigh 14. Preliminary ball game tonight. The Little Spartans won it convincingly, 58-39. Second quarter underway. So that was Spartans with the ball. Turnaround shot by Welker, not good. Rebounded by Salisbury. Here come the Falcons, full speed ahead. Jason Laky.
That's the shot Southern Lehigh wants to get offensively. Both teams 50% shooting in that first quarter. Salisbury on 7 of 14, Southern Lehigh on 6 of 12. Salisbury committed 2 turnovers while Southern Lehigh was committing 4. Well played first quarter.
Hubbard. Oh, good pass underneath. Field goal up by Mike Grove. And a 6'4" junior gets his first deuce of the night to make it 22-14.
You know, one of the things about Hubbard, you know, everybody talks about his scoring. He is an outstanding passer, as you got an example right there. Leads the team in assists now. The average is 26.6 points a game, plus he averages 10 assists a game.
Hubbard for 3, up high, bullseye. Hubbard's 4th field goal. And he has 12 points. Substitution for Salisbury High School. We have Mike Grove is out. And Scott Oak, a 6'3" junior, wears number 25. There he is in the lineup.
That defensive press that I talked about with Salisbury has now picked up the intensity a little bit. You see they put pretty good pressure on the inlet pass and then allow Southern Lehigh to work the ball up into the front court.
All right, Chris Taylor on Hubbard defensively.
Spartans need a good possession here.
Welker lets it go for 3, and he has it. Welker now has 3 field goals. 2 of them are 3-pointers. 25-17.
Well, he's capable. Averages 12.4 a game. I mentioned before, leads the team in that 3-point shooting category.
Here come the Spartans. They trail 25-17. 6:15 remaining in the first half. McKee, they turned, ball deflected by the Falcons out of bounds, and so Southern Lehigh retains possession.
You know, Hubbard there got a hand on there. Has to remind you, not only a basketball player, but also a fine football player. First team All-State this past season as a junior in the small school ranking in Pennsylvania.
And you just missed this defensive play by Hubbard. He batted the ball out of bounds right out of the hands of Rob Hamilton.
Yeah, his great quickness.
Southern Lehigh still with possession. Gets it right corner. Welker lets it fly high. Not good. Rebounded by Jamie Eversole of Salisbury. Hubbard looks. Cross key. Up to Oak and Scott off the glass and in for his first deuce. 27-17.
It's funny. You look at every possession, and I think Hubbard has a hand in every score, whether he's scoring himself. He's got to have 5-6 assists already just on pretty passes like that one there. A no-look pass which froze the defense.
Shot up high for 3. The attempt by McKee, not good. Turnaround follow-up shot by Jim Coyle is good, and that's Coyle's 3rd field goal. So 3 of the Spartans' 5 starters have hit the scoring column.
And that's a good job by the Spartans, taking advantage of what they can do.
Hubbard got 3 more.
That's a 3-pointer for Antoine Hubbard.
30-19 Salisbury. 5:04 remaining here in the first half of the ball game. McKee, Welker, not good. Rebounded by Wrestler.
Good defensive positioning by Wrestler.
Eversole for three, not good. This is our first look at Salisbury this year. And Mike, I noticed one thing, and I guess you do. There's a nice play as Chris Taylor picks up his third field goal. 30-21. And that is that Salisbury is playing the ball more. Usually offensive foul against Hubbard, his second. It's not the racehorse type of playground basketball that we've seen over the years.
Yeah, they seem to be a little bit more patient at times offensively and showing a little bit more discipline, I guess is the word maybe that we're looking for there. Certainly Hubbard on the break, I know, has that green light, but they've shown us a little bit more patience in their half-court offense,
yes,
for sure.
Definitely. Welker.
The big
Hamilton, the low post, off the glass, and Robb picks up his first deuce. 30-23, Salisbury.
That's two personal fouls now against Hubbard, and look for Southern Lehigh to try and exploit that. One of the ways you can certainly slow Hubbard down is to get him on the bench in foul trouble. Look for Southern Lehigh to attack him somehow offensively.
Semi-alley-oop to Scott Oak, and Scott, the 6'3" junior, pops it in for his second field goal to make it 32-23.
Take a look now. Salisbury has been in that 2-1-2 zone, but Hubbard on that wing closest to us, number 23. We will see now if Southern Lehigh tries to do something about that and maybe make him play and see if they can get him in some foul trouble.
Foul underneath. This will be against Salisbury. And again, Scott Oak, and that'll be his first. And it'll be the fourth team foul against the Falcons.
First, team fourth.
There's the staff. Ball batted down out of bounds and will be awarded to Southern Lehigh.
Salisbury missing an opportunity there. Two blue jerseys underneath could not control the basketball. Will give Southern Lehigh another opportunity.
Look out,
to score.
look out, look out! Beautiful behind the back dribble. Pass underneath. Oh, has the shot. Missed, but he's fouled by Rob Hamilton. And that'll be Hamilton's first personal foul.
Southern Lehigh off the inbounds pass. You see, take a look. It all leads to this, but they throw it away, leading into the half court for Salisbury. Good strong move by number 25. Olt just doesn't get the roll. He'll be at the free throw line.
That's his first trip to the foul line. 32-23. Salisbury leading. Chip, no. Scott Oak.
Currently at the line for the Falcons, number 25, Scott Oak.
Scott in a reserve role, averaging 8 points a game. And we will probably see all the members of the Salisbury roster. Coach Pollock, you see him right there sporting that new jersey he got there from the Booster Club in honor of his 500th win. But we'll see all of the people on the Salisbury roster.
Beautiful play from Welker over to Brian McKee. He got the layup, and he was fouled by Wrestler, and that'll be Ian's second personal foul.
That was number 14, Ian Wrestler, his second, team fifth.
And we have a timeout. You can charge this one to Southern Lehigh.
Yeah, they were trying to get it. Now they finally do.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. This is not trivia. Scott Oak, the 6'3" junior, number 25, just came out of the lineup. You know who his stepfather is?
No.
Dick Adams.
Okay.
Ring a bell?
Yes, it sure does.
Steel, retired from Bethlehem Steel. Excellent golfer at Saucon Valley Country Club.
Very good one.
He is now in the real estate business.
You're talking about Saucon Valley. You know, also I found out tonight Jim Coyle, outstanding sophomore on Southern Lehigh's team. His father, who is an assistant coach, Bill Coyle, they came. Interrupt that for a minute. There's tomorrow night's contest, Whitehall at Duroff. Duroff now with 2 wins in a row, and Whitehall, always Whitehall. Tough to beat no matter where you play them.
We're going to see two sensational sophomores in action. Jason Moyer of Duroff and The
Pete
Fullerton
Lisicki.
slingshot.
Oh, yeah.
Pete
But
Lisicki.
back to that story. Bill Coyle, who is now an assistant for Bob Schaefer here, and it's not just one of those father-son deals. Bill Coyle adds a lot of knowledge to that coaching staff, and Bob Schaefer will admit that. Bill Coyle coached some out in western Pennsylvania, and he's a good one. Bob Schaefer, Kurt Zellner to his left, and there's Bill Coyle sitting down in the green. But to get to my story, Bill Coyle is a member at Saucon Valley, also a golfer.
All right. McKee has 3 points now, 33-26. Salisbury. Hubbard gets it over to Laky. Laky in a deep corner.
Southern Lehigh, a defensive change. They are now either in a diamond in one or a box in one. We'll try and get a better look. What that means is the 4 people in white in the inside in that paint area play a zone, and now with the man-to-man responsibilities, number 32, Jim Coyle, is man-for-man on Hubbard.
All right, 2:25 remaining in the first half, and running. Shot up there by Mike Rose is good, and that's his second field goal. 35-26, Salisbury. Welker gets it the low post to Hamill. They lose it, but pick it up. Taylor got it out of the air. Gets it over to Coyle. Coyle lets it go for 2, and he has it. That's the 4th field goal for Jim Coyle. He's only a sophomore. He's a big one, 6'4".
I'm impressed with these shooters, you know, 6'4", 6'5". I mean, Welker's 6'6" sophomore, and he drains the three-pointers.
All right, Laky has 3 field goals tonight. All 3 are three-pointers.
He's a nice compliment to Hubbard at that guard position.
38-28, Salisbury leading, 1:25 remaining in the first half, and running here at Southern Lehigh. Coyle, no. Rebound, Salisbury. Up pass to Laky. Laky at a notion. Cross court. Gets it over to Mike Miller, number 32 in the lineup. Laky not good. Rebounded by Southern Lehigh. Here's Coyle. Bingo! Jimmy Coyle with his 5th field goal. 38-30. There's a foul. Let's see who this is going to be charged to. White. That'll be on Chris Taylor.
No, I think this is an obvious foul as you see Taylor out there, and that's where Hubbard is most dangerous. And I'm not so sure that's not a bad foul to take in that situation.
All right, Miller, Mike, 6'1" junior with the ball now. Hubbard, 48 seconds. Not 48, yes, 48 and a half. They got that famous clock here. Baseline shot, Miller not good. Rebounded by Southern Lehigh. Here come the Spartans. 38-30, they trail before a packed house at Southern Lehigh.
And that's the way it's been through most of the first half, with Southern Lehigh just 8 behind, 9 behind. They haven't been able to get much closer. They now have an opportunity to cut it to 6, which I think could be a big morale booster going in at halftime. They'll work for the last shot.
They bend at times, but they won't break.
Right, oh boy.
And they turn it away, go it away. And with 14.1 seconds.
And that could be a big turnaround, John. Now you know they're going to work the ball and try and get it to Hubbard. That could be a 4-point swing at the end of the half.
Miller. There goes Laky for 3. Yes! Oh, my. 4th field goal, and all 4 are 3-pointers. That is the end of the first half, and it is Salisbury 41. Southern Lehigh 30. We'll be right back.
Does the economy have you worried about taking on a new car payment? Did you know you can buy a new car at Lehigh Valley Suzuki for less than $7,300, a payment less than $150 a month? And while you're there, check out the all-new 92 Suzuki Sidekick. This affordable compact sport utility vehicle is available in 2-door or 4-door, 2-wheel or 4-wheel drive. The Sidekick is rugged, reliable, stylish, and affordable. See Lehigh Valley Suzuki, part of the Vinart dealerships on the Lehigh Street Auto Mile.
What are we doing here at ABE Car Care Center?
By getting the machine inspected. The sticker runs out tomorrow.
You always wait till the last minute.
Oh, stop your moaning. Besides, I got to get the brakes checked. It hasn't been stopping so good lately.
I wish I could get you to stop.
Get me to stop what?
Stop eating.
Don't bug me. I got enough confidence in me for the both of us.
You've got enough everything in you for the both of us.
Car Care Plus at ABE Car Care Centers.
C.J. Wagner, trophies, plaques, and bowling supply. Live from Allentown, the Super 2 News. With Scott Schaefer, Tom Eichring, Kristen Fallon, Dan Mowdy on sports, Ed Wilson with local weather.
The most complete local news in the Lehigh Valley. The Super 2 News, weeknights at 6:30 and 9, only on Service Electric Cable TV 2.
Serving northeastern Pennsylvania with award-winning community programming, this is Service Electric Cable TV Super 2.
At the end of the first quarter, Salisbury led Southern Lehigh 20-14. They outscored the Spartan 21-16 the second quarter to take a 41-30 lead into the locker room here at the halftime break. Hi there once again, everybody. I'm Johnny Davey with Mike Zambelli, and here's a rundown on the scoring in the first half of the ball game. Individual scoring honors for Salisbury. There's the young man, Antoine Hubbard, a 5'11 junior, 15 points. 5 field goals, 3 of them three-pointers, 2 out of 2 from the foul line. And for Southern Lehigh, Jim Coyle, a 6'4 sophomore, 5 field goals, 1 of them a three-pointer for 11.
Well, I think one of the things that was talked about in that Spartan locker room was that big mistake made at the end of the first half. You're Southern Lehigh, you're down 6 points in the game, or you're down 8 points, excuse me. You're working the ball. You must get the last shot in that situation. There's 15 seconds left. You cannot, I mean, it was an unforced turnover. Salisbury came down the other end, and really, as far as I'm concerned, John, Jason Laky, the difference in the game, 4 three-pointers, and that was one of them right there. You're talking a 5-point swing in a matter of 5 seconds. You cannot afford to do that against a team like Salisbury.
Salisbury, 15 field goals, 7 of them three-pointers, 4 out of 6 on the foul line for their total of 41 with 5 personal fouls against them. And for Southern Lehigh, 13 field goals. They have 3 three-pointers, 1 out of 1 from the foul line to complete a 3-point play for their 30 points. Also, 5 personal fouls called against them.
All right, the shooting percentages in the first half, and both outstanding. I mean, both teams played well. I really think the big difference is that play at the end. But Salisbury, 15 of 26, 58%. They were 4-6 from the free throw line for 67% and only committed 2 turnovers as you look at Bill Pollock. Southern Lehigh was 13 of 25 shooting for 52%. Perfect on 1 attempt from the free throw line for 100%. They committed 7 first-half turnovers.
Quickly running down the scoring, Salisbury High, Jason Laky at 12 points. Jamie Ebersol had 2. Mike Grove at 4. Ian Ressler at 3. Scott Old had 5. And, of course, Hubbard 15. For Southern Lehigh, we had Brian McKee had 3. Chris Taylor had 6. Dan Welker had 8. Rob Hamilton 2, and Jimmy Coyle, the high man, with 11. We're ready to go. Start the second half of play. Salisbury will inbound to get second half action underway. 41-30. And we are underway here at Southern Lehigh before a jam-packed crowd. Ian Ressler with the ball for the Falcons. Gets over to Hubbard. Almost turned it over. Hubbard says, now move around underneath the basket. I'm going to get the ball into somebody. Fakes left, goes right, pops it up. Not good. And rebounded by the Spartans. A pass up front to Jim Coyle. Coyle.
Spartans back to the straight man-for-man defensively.
McKee.
Salisbury has used this 2-1-2, or now it's even a 2-3 as number 10 Laky is really flattened out there in the middle. You'll see he'll come up and play behind number 52 Hamilton. Now that, I think, is the matchup that the Southern Lehigh would like to take advantage of.
All right. Salisbury with the ball. Pass up to Ressler on a give and go. Gets it over to Ebersol. They turn it over. Pass intended for Laky. Goes wild and by him. And the Spartans will have possession backcourt.
Yeah, a little lackadaisical there on that offensive possession. Falcons only committed 2 first-half turnovers, committed 1 early here in the third quarter.
All right. Former mayor here at Coopersburg, Mayor Mack here taking a ball game. And remember, his grandson was an outstanding all-around athlete here, basketball, football. Played defensive team with the freshman at Lehigh, a starter this year, and doing very well academically.
Well, he was a key to that team that won the Colonial League championship.
Yes, he was. Bob Clark, the head football coach, man who returned back to Southern Lehigh. Boy, he was the kingpin in the early years when he started the program here and then left. And now is back trying to turn things around again. Jump ball, who gets possession, yes. Who gets the arrow. Spartans. George Krell, a man in a striped shirt with Rod Strobo. Off the glass and in. The field goal by Brian McKee. I wish that kid would go home.
Well, he has aspirations of becoming a public address announcer. And, you know, he's really entertaining. I don't know if that mic's up a little bit too high, but his name is Brad Reifinger. And, you know, as I said, he's a junior here, which is a little bit unusual. So he gets involved in the game. Most of the places we go to have elderly people do that. He's a junior and wants to go on and be a public address announcer, as I mentioned. But maybe that mic's up just a little bit high for our doing here tonight.
That's what it is. The mic's up too high. Interfering with our telecast.
I think one of the things that Southern Lehigh needs to take advantage of is that matchup with Hamilton down low.
Hubbard, yes. Antoine with a 6th field goal and make it 43-32. Salisbury led at the end of the first quarter, 20-14, 41-30 at the halftime break, and with 5:45 remaining here in the third quarter, they lead 43-32, and Hubbard skies it. Not good, rebounded by Jimmy Coyle. Coyle, little stutter step, gets it over to McKee, thrown up, not good, and there's a foul, and this one will be on Ressler, and that'll be Ian's 3rd personal foul in this basketball game. And quickly up off the bench is Mike Miller, a 6'1 junior, and he'll be replacing Ressler.
Now you see the action. Good transition by Coyle, handled the ball real well to set all that up.
Taylor with a baseline deuce.
Coach Pollock has a lot of options, as I mentioned. We'll see a lot of people come in those dark blue jerseys here tonight.
Give and go. Hubbard gets a good screen, goes up for the shot, and he is fouled. And personal foul will be on Rob Hamilton, and that'll be Rob's 2nd.
Hubbard has just a great feel for the game. He knows, watch when he makes the head and shoulder fake. Now Hamilton will leave his feet. Now Hubbard knows he has him in trouble. He makes sure he draws the contact, still gets some kind of a resemblance of a shot up there, but knows he's going to go to the free throw line.
Nick McGee into the lineup for Southern Lehigh, replacing Rob Hamilton. Hubbard now 4 out of 4 from the foul line to go along with 6 field goals. 45-34. Don't forget, tomorrow night at 9:30 on Super 2 Sports will be East Penn Conference basketball. Whitehall against the Red Hot Huskies from Dira. McKee, Bryan.
Huskies having a long week as they had that makeup game due to the flu played last night and beat Bethlehem Catholic, so they're on a 2-game winning streak just this week. It'll be a tough one tomorrow night with Coach Hassler's Zephyrs.
Personal foul against Mike Miller of Salisbury. The team that is really hurting right now is Bethlehem Catholic. Layup by Nick McKee, his first.
And that right now is the point on the court that is open for Southern Lehigh. That spot at the
beautiful
box.
play. Beautiful play. Grove with the field goal on the assist from Hubbard. And for Mike, it's his third field goal to make it 47-36. Biggest lead in a ball game. Welker, no. Ball out of bounds and right through the legs of Mike Miller. And so Southern Lehigh will get possession. That's a good call.
Yeah, it was. Salisbury again not controlling the board.
Welker gets it over to McGee. Nick baseline. No, not good. Ball batted down out of bounds. And Southern Lehigh will again get it.
See, but that's a nice play there as number 11, Jamie Ebersol, is only 5'8", is going up against people who are 6'5", and that's just a good job to keep it away from being an offensive rebound. That was Coach Pollock's grandson, maybe? I don't know.
Brian McKee gets it over to Taylor. Taylor to McKee. It is not McGee, friends. It's McKee. K-double-E. Taylor up high. Not good. Rebound it. Follow up McKee. No. And a foul. And this one will be, I believe, on Chris Taylor.
Oh, and this is all due to the fact, you know, Salisbury really dodges a bullet there, Bob Schaefer again. And, you know, they dodge a bullet because Southern Lehigh had many opportunities to score but could not take advantage.
The foul was on Nick McKee. There's Hubbard, coast to coast, missed the layup. There's the long pass up front to Welker. Dan fakes right, gets it over to McKee. Off the glass, not good. And a rebound by the Falcons. It's 3-on-1. Pass intercepted by Taylor. Taylor gets it over to Welker. And Welker has the layup. Boy, for a moment, it looked like showtime.
Excellent defensive by Southern Lehigh in the transition game. I believe it was number 34, Chris Taylor, who came up with the steal to thwart. I mean, there's a 4-point swing there because Salisbury's going in to score, but good transitional defense by Southern Lehigh.
47-38, Salisbury. 2:55 remaining in the third period. Hubbard to Ebersol. Oh, there's going to be a foul, and this one will be on Nick McKee. Yes, and that's his second. None shooting.
24, Nick
Laky will inbounds for the Falcons. Gets it out to Mike Miller. Miller cross-court pass. Good head and body fake that time. The baseline shot up by Laky, not good. Rebounded by the Spartans quickly up front. It's 3-on-3. Ball batted down out of bounds, and Southern Lehigh will get it. Substitution for Salisbury. Jason Fidak, 6-foot junior, replacing Jamie Ebersol.
And good hustle by Laky. He filled the lane real nice there to intercept or knock that pass away.
Welker has it. Dan picks up his 5th field goal. 47-40.
Well, you know, we were talking about 2 sophomores we're going to see tomorrow night. I'll tell you, the Spartans have 3 of them here, and they're fine shooters. I mean, these guys have good touches.
And they're not small. Oh, what a good move by Hubbard. Off the glass. No, not good. Too high, too hard. And there's a foul.
Salisbury now with 2:13 to play here in the third quarter has only 2 field goals here in this quarter. They are just 2 for 8 shots here and have cooled off a little bit. Southern Lehigh has climbed and struggled to within 7. There's the announcer that you hear in the background, number 35 in the Flyers shirt.
And it looked like your professor sided on Bobby Clark. Shot not good, rebound. Follow up off the glass, not good by Coyle. Followed up by Coyle, and he has it. 47-42. Laky gets it off at the last second. Field goal is up and good by Mike Grove, and he was fouled.
You talk about a guy who's playing a big basketball game. Number 10 on the penetration and the dish. Excellent assist and good court awareness by number 10, Jason Laky. Averages 10 points a game. He had 4 3-pointers in that first half. And boy, what a big momentum swing play that could be for Salisbury.
All right, Rob Hamilton back in the lineup. Grove's attempt from the foul line, not good. Followed up by Olt, not good. And here come the Spartans. 3-on-2, a peeper. Field goal is good. And there's a personal foul. Taylor, Chris with his 5th field goal.
Look at the big man, 6'4", number 32, Jimmy Coyle. Running the court, running the break, takes it to the free throw line, and stops, and this is the teammate, Chris Taylor.
Foul against Grove, his first. Southern Lehigh, 1 out of 2 on the night from the foul line.
Good job of boxing out by number 25, Scott Olt for Salisbury.
Hubbard with the inbounds pass, double team, but he breaks the pressure. Gets it up front. It's 3-on-2. He keeps it. He pops it. Not good. Hamilton with the rebound. There's 2-on-2. Shot is up, and it's good. Man, Welker. Hey, what do you say? We got a game going here.
You talk about fast-paced action. You know, and at the speed of this game, you would think that that is going to be in the benefit of Salisbury. Not so. Southern Lehigh, I mentioned a team that likes to run, is running and has gotten to within 3.
We're under the 1-minute mark. 49-46. The Falcons by just 3.
Well, now let's see their execution now. I don't know if they'll work it down. There's 49 seconds. I don't think they'll go all the way down to 0 in this situation, but they did not execute this at the end of the half.
Welker with an air ball. Not good. There's Hubbard. Fakes right, goes left, goes baseline, pops it, not good. Look out. They turn it over. They had 2 men down there. Oh, no. Ball knocked down out of bounds and will be awarded to Salisbury. 24.5 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Substitution for Salisbury. Corbin, DeBoer, replacing Antoine Hubbard.
Well, with 24 seconds remaining, that's just, let me sit the big guy down a little bit, get him fresh, talk to him a little bit.
Now into the game for the Spartans, number 24.
Laky inbounds to DeBoer. Cross-court pass to Laky. Olt. Yes! Scott Olt. 51-46. 10 seconds. McKee up front. McKee back. McKee on the right side. Taylor lets it fly, and he hits it. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Salisbury 51, Southern Lehigh 48. We'll be right back.
Looking for a good used car with low mileage? How about a good new car with nice mileage from Lehigh Valley Hyundai? New cars as low as $6,000, and your Hyundai's warranty for 3 years or 36,000 miles. And here's some more good news. For 2 years, you don't pay a dime for regularly scheduled maintenance on the all-new Elantra or Sonata. See salesperson for details. Over 400 cars and trucks at one location, at prices you can afford. Lehigh Valley Hyundai, Lehigh Street Auto Mile, a Vinart dealership.
Sunday, a day of rest.
But not Sunday, January 19. That's a day of rumbling as 30 superstars compete for the coveted WWF title in the Royal Rumble. It'll be every man for himself with no allies, only enemies as the biggest and the baddest battle it out for the greatest prize of all, the WWF Championship. And there's more. Bret the Hitman Hart puts his Intercontinental title on the line against the Mountie. And the Legion of Doom defend their Tag Team Championships against the Natural Disasters. It'll be a battle for the belt like never before. It's the Royal Rumble. Live Sunday, January 19th, exclusively on pay-per-view.
Serving northeastern Pennsylvania with award-winning community programming, this is Service Electric Cable TV Super 2.
Johnny Dady with Mike Zambelli here at Southern Lehigh High School. In that third quarter, the host Spartans outgunned Salisbury 18-10 to chop the deficit. And after 3 quarters of play, Salisbury leads 51-48. Fourth quarter underway. Attempt by Laky, not good. Oh, rejected by Rob Hamilton. Then Laky comes up with the ball, and he is fouled. Personal foul against Jim Coyle. No, against, charging it to Dan Welker, and that'll be his second. Substitution. Feddock out of the lineup for Salisbury, and checking back in is Jamie Ebersol.
Antoine Hubbard.
Hubbard also in replacing Corbin DeBoer. Laky on the free throw line for the first time tonight.
I'll tell you, this guy has been iron here tonight. He has really played a good basketball game. And I don't mean only the scoring. A nice hustle there defensively to draw a foul and get to the free throw line.
Picks up a pair. So he has 14 points on the night. And again, our thanks to Don Harricle, the athletic director here at Southern Lehigh, for all of his courtesies and making this telecast possible. And of course, to the fine principal, John Squarcia, who we will see at the Scholar Athlete Dinner. He will deliver a principal's view. Taylor with his 7th field goal. Principal's view about a Scholar Athlete. That'll Monday night, January 27th at the Northampton Community Memorial Center. 53-50, Salisbury leading. 7:15 remaining in a ball game in regulation. Ebersol. Hubbard.
Southern Lehigh man-to-man defensively. They've been in that primarily here in the second half. Salisbury working a little clock here.
Yeah.
Something
Laky.
we haven't seen them do in a while. Well, Hubbard has cooled off a little bit. The percentages in that third quarter, Salisbury was only 4 of 12 for 33%. Southern Lehigh was 9 of 18 for 50%.
Oh, most of steal. Hubbard only had 4 points. There's a turnover. Brian McKee with the ball for the Spartans. Boy, they can tie up this ball game. Would you believe that? Shot Welker, not good. And a whistle and a foul.
That is just a good job of boxing out underneath, something Salisbury, and I talked about that at the top, something that they need to do tonight and do it well.
Foul against Rob Hamilton is third, but they're in a bonus. And so Scott Oak goes to the charity stripe. He has 1 out of 2 from the foul line tonight.
Oak not a starter here tonight, but in crunch time has played a lot of meaningful minutes. He averages 80 game on the year.
That's his 8th point of the night. Oak, 6'3" junior. 6 returning key players for Salisbury. 4 returning key players for Southern Lehigh. Around the Colonial League tonight, Catasauqua at Nazareth, Wilson at Penn Argyll, Palisades at Bangor. Tomorrow night, 9:30, Super 2 Sports will cover Whitehall at Dura. McKee gets it back to Jim Coyle underneath. The fadeaway to Welker, not good. Welker lost the handle, and the Spartans, Falcons come up with the ball. Here's Hubbard. Checks off. 55-50, 5:55 remaining in a ball game in regulation. So the fives are wild. Grove. Hubbard. Laky.
Well, I can't recall a Salisbury team doing this. Working the corner, but it's smart. You know, you look at turnovers on the night. I also cannot recall Salisbury's team with only 5 turnovers to this point in the game.
That's right.
And 3 of those came in the third quarter. So much better ball handlers. You know, they're not a real tall team, so they do have to rely on discipline and protect the basketball.
Hubbard makes his move and then checks off. 5 minutes remaining in regulation, 55-50. So the fives are still wild.
I'm sure this has to be a surprise, you know, to the Southern Lehigh followers. You know, the run-and-gun Falcons, you know, are now going to just try and sit on them here a little bit. They have a 5-point lead.
Hubbard. Hubbard double team, breaks the pressure. Oh, has it. Scott with his 4th field goal, and there was a foul on an assist from Hubbard.
Well, you know, the Southern Lehigh fans are hollering, boring, boring. But the Salisbury, it worked out perfect. What happens there, you go into a little bit of a stall, you frustrate the defense, and sooner or later, somebody breaks down. Again, it was great anticipation and good court awareness by number 23, Antoine Hubbard.
Boyle now 3 in a row from the foul line.
Michael Miller checks back into the
Lakey comes out of the lineup, being replaced by Mike Miller, and it's 58-50.
Well, Miller now actually gives Salisbury a little bit more height inside, but Lakey did a great job.
Jim Coyle with a 3-pointer. Boy, that chops it down. Oh, Hubbard. Oh, a nice fake. Zuckman has it. Oh, what a beautiful fake.
Excellent move again by Hubbard, and then also looking for a foul on the play.
Hamilton gets it over to Coyle. No, not good. Saved by McKee. Underneath, the shot to Welker. And Dan picks up his 7th field goal. And it's 60-55. Here's Hubbard. Somebody better get on him. He's wide open. Lost the handle momentarily. Gets the ball back out. Give some credit to our technical crew tonight. Andrew Himmelwright producing and directing. Along with Sean Hall, Jimbo Grell. Down long, Jim Henninger, Smitty Walson, Gary Squirrel, Scott Richardson, Bill Kuhar, and Ginny Quinn. Thank you, gang. Super job.
They all want to send and say hello to Jane from Allentown, a frequent Super 2 Sports watcher and also a watcher of the news.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but
all right.
We're saying hi.
60-55. Substitution. Beddock back in the lineup, replacing Scott Oak for Salisbury. We have a timeout. Charge this one to Southern Lehigh. And here's the pictures. 3:06 remaining in regulation. Salisbury leading 60-55. Wake that guy up. Ew.
Okay, all right. Colonial League started in 1976 with Nazareth under Barry Boyer winning the first league championship. Since then, the championships have been dominated. It's been Nazareth, Salisbury, or Bangor winning those 3 in a row in 86, 87, and 88. Salisbury leads under Bill Pollock with 5 championships. Bill Pencil with Bangor has 4. Nazareth has 5 also. Barry Boyer won 4 of those, with their last one coming under Nick Drosnock in 1985. Salisbury, under that man right there, is the 2-time defending league champs, winning in 1990 and again in 1991.
That's the Fox.
He is a Fox. I like that sweater he got.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I could never get the 500 wins, so I could never get one of those.
Booster Club gave it to him.
Well, that's a nice omen, something he'll cherish. 500 wins is an awful lot.
29 years is the only coach at Salisbury High School. Play underneath, pass back out, and almost a turnover. Fedock, Jason, the 6-foot junior, will inbounds for the Falcons.
Well, it's a chess game now. If you're Bob Schaefer, how long do you wait till you start fouling people? 2:43 to play. You're down 5.
Salisbury wound up 25-4 a year ago. They were 7-1 the first half, and then won the playoff by defeating Southern Lehigh to wind up 8-1, and then they were 8-0 in the second half and wound up overall 25-4. On the other hand, Southern Lehigh, they were 7-1 the first half. They won 1 playoff, lost 1, and they were 17-10 overall after a dismal 3-5 second half record.
I talked about court awareness there. I don't know if we can get a look at that last play again. But, you know, Hubbard does something there that would go unnoticed. When he falls, he loses his balance, he tries to scramble, and he gets the basketball, and he's on the court. A lot of players would try and get up or get to a knee. He called timeout and avoided a turnover there. I mean, that's something you just don't teach a guy. He has that instinct, and it's learned, and Antoine Hubbard is one of those few players gifted in that area. That is a smart player.
Do you think our chief engineer, Scotty Richardson, worked on this monitor? Picture looks super tonight. All right, here we go. Laky. Holds. 2:25 and running remaining in regulation. Hubbard back over to Laky. Hubbard. TV2's next game, don't forget, tomorrow night, 9:30. Whitehall at Durrup. We'll be in a doghouse. Whoop. Almost a turnover. Eversole. 2 minutes and a foul. And this one on Dan Welcher, and that'll be Dan's 3rd.
Well, so we got our answer. 2 minutes exactly remaining. Spartans unable to force a turnover now. We'll have to test the Falcons at the free throw line.
There's the picture. In Southern Lehigh, 3 losses. They lost 66-57 at Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley's having a heck of a year. And 51-43 to Caddy and 63-46 to Nazareth. Laky 3 out of 3 now from the foul line. 4 out of 4. 62-55. The Falcons by 7. Welker. Almost turnover. Ball batted down out of bounds by Jason Fedock.
Good anticipation by Fedock. Real nice job of getting into the passing lane.
He's a junior. He doesn't look 6 feet tall, does he? Look out. Again, Fedock batted out of bounds.
Yep, I have him listed at 5'10", but I don't know if you got him at 6. His father, Ed, played for Central Catholic. Good basketball player.
Fedock?
That's what's there.
Look at that.
Well, you don't convert, but that is what has been there for the Spartans all night long.
What do you have, Fedock, for 5'10"?
5'10", yeah.
That's better. Some nice padding, these rosters. Hubbard, 120 and counting. Eversole, Wrestler, 110 and counting. There goes Fedock, baseline, but Button hooks off. Foul on Jim Coyle. That'll be his 3rd. 1:03 remaining. And this is what I have always been saying anyway. I don't know if you agree, Mike, that something has to be done about the rule in this last minute of play.
Well, and I heard something good. You know, give the team that has the ball the option to take it out of bounds. Don't go to the free throw line. Give them the option to maintain possession of the basketball.
That's what'll kill you, possession.
That's right.
Lakey now 5 out of 5 from the foul line. To go long with 4 field goals, and all 4 of them were three-pointers, would you believe?
No, he's played an outstanding game, and including defensive in that side, in the inside.
Ball tipped out of bounds.
I mean, Lakey gives up a lot of height in the inside. He's the middleman in that 2-1-2. And I mean, he just fundamentally does a nice job of playing behind and boxing out.
Hubbard, yes!
2 points for Antoine Hubbard.
That'll do it. 65-55, 47 seconds. 3-point attempt by Coyle, not good. Whistle, backcourt foul. And this one is on Coyle, and that'll be Jim Sport. So if Nazareth beats Caddy tonight, we'll be back here Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock, to have the first half shootout between Salisbury and Nazareth.
Salisbury won that meeting between those two clubs just a week ago.
That was their only loss of the year.
Right, that's Salisbury, and a real barn burner that went right down to the end.
Yep, only loss. I think they're 12-1 or 11-1 anyway. Look, intentional foul against Hamilton. That'll cost him 2 shots.
Plus possession of the basketball.
Yep. And there's only 22.9 seconds remaining, and Rob Hamilton comes out of the lineup. Being replaced by Nick McKee. There's Bob Schaefer. Super guy.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you something. Don't look for Southern Lehigh to go away at all here. I mean, this is a good basketball team.
And young.
Got you right. And I mean, the next couple of years, and including the second half of the Colonial League, they got great experience here tonight in playing in a game that really had a lot of importance. Those sophomores mature and grow up real fast.
66-55, inbounds to Hubbard. Antoine Sedok. Look out. Eversole. 8 seconds, 8.5. Traveling. 6.2, there it is. Seconds remaining up top. The long pass up front, look out, off the fingertips of McKee, out of bounds, and Salisbury gets a backcourt. Here we go. Seconds ticking off. That's the basketball game. Salisbury wins it 66-55.
Your final score, Salisbury 66, Harding 55. Thank you for attending tonight's game, and please drive home safely.
Well, you see both teams now congratulating each other. That was Frank Yolenko, longtime Salisbury assistant.
With the win tonight, Salisbury and Nazareth are tied for the first half championship. The playoff game will be on Saturday at 3 o'clock here, right here at the home of the Spartans.
All right,
Playoff will be Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock between Nazareth and Salisbury. Here at Southern Lehigh.
Did he get a Nazareth score? Evidently.
The way he's talking, he certainly did. All right, so obviously Nazareth has upended Catasauqua. We did not get a final on that, but assuming
from that is predicated on the fact that Nazareth does need to win.
All right, so he's assuming now.
Yeah,
okay, so he doesn't know. All right, we got that straightened out. It all, as he said, does depend if Nazareth does beat Catasauqua.
This afternoon in girls basketball.
Not an easy game.
The junior varsity
Catasauqua was picked as one of those teams to finish up in the upper echelon of this Colonial League. Looking ahead to next Tuesday night now, and I know a lot can happen before that. you know, if there is a playoff. Salisbury either gets a shot with a playoff to win the first half league championship, or they win it outright here tonight with a win, or they get a playoff. But looking ahead to Tuesday, January 21st, they will resume second half play. Saucon Valley will be at Penn Argyl. Palisades will be at Southern Lehigh. Wilson will be at Nazareth. And Catasauqua will travel to Bangor to take on Bill Pencil's troops up there. Salisbury will have a first night bye in second half. There are 9 teams in the Colonial League, which I'm sure most of you know. So each and every league night, one of the teams that gets a bye or plays somebody else. They will be playing Lehighton. So for those of you who follow the Falcons, you know, that's the game that you'll see. You see our story right there. Falcons prevail in what I thought was a very smart game that they played. You see the margin of victory is 11 points. I still have to go back to that halftime miscue by Southern Lehigh. I mean, in a game that close, you cannot afford 5-point swings. John?
All right, at the end of the first quarter, Salisbury led 20-14. They outscored Southern Lehigh 21-16 in the second period to take a 41-30 lead into the locker room at the halftime break. After the intermission, Southern Lehigh outscored Salisbury 18-10 in the third period to chop the deficit, and after 3 quarters of play, Salisbury led 51-48. But the fourth quarter belonged to the Falcons as they outscored Southern Lehigh 15-7 to win the ball game, going away 66-55. Individual scoring honors for the night went to Salisbury's Antoine Hubbard, who had 8 field goals, including 3 three-pointers, 4 out of 4 from the foul line, for a total of 23 points. Jason Laky had 4 field goals, all 4 three-pointers, 5 out of 6 fouls for 17. Jamie Eversole a field goal, 1 out of 2 fouls for 3. Mike Grove, 4 field goals. He missed a foul for 8. Ian Ressler, a field goal, 1 out of 2 fouls for 3. Jason Fedock had 1 attempt from the foul line. He missed that. He was scoreless. And Scott Old had 4 field goals, 4 out of 5 fouls for 12. So the line for Salisbury, 22 field goals, including 7 three-pointers, 15 out of 21 from the foul line for their total of 66. They had 9 personal fouls called against them. And now for Southern Lehigh, the high scorer was Dan Welker, the 6'5 sophomore, who had 7 field goals, including 2 three-pointers for 16 points. Brian McKee, 2 field goals and a foul for 5. Nick McKee had a field goal for 2. Jimmy Coyle, 7 field goals, including 2 three-pointers for 16. Chris Taylor had 7 field goals. He missed a foul. He had 14. And Dan Welker also had 16, so we had 2 players with 16, and Jim Coyle and Dan Welker. And Rob Hamilton had a field goal for 2 points of the line. For Southern Lehigh, 25 field goals, including 4 three-pointers, just 1 out of 2 from the foul line, for a total of 55. They had 17 personal fouls called against them. In a preliminary ball game tonight, the Little Spartans won that one convincingly, 58-39. So don't forget to join us again tomorrow night at 9:30. We go back to East Penn Conference action, where the Huskies from Darragh High School will be entertaining the Zephyrs from Whitehall. That'll be coming your way at 9:30. And now on behalf of our fine technical crew and my sidekick Mike Zambelli, I'm Johnny Dady saying goodnight from Southern Lehigh, where Salisbury remained in the hunt with a 66-55 win over Southern Lehigh. This has been a Super 2 Sports presentation. Good night, everybody.